Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video, we are going to be replacing this sign with this new one, which has battery backup. Now that's the only reason I'm replacing that sign with this one, because this sign has battery backup. Well, this one unfortunately does not. The test button would be right here, but it's just a white, like, ball or whatever. Half cylinder, I don't know. But, yes, that's what we're going to be doing in this video, so I guess let's get to work. First, I'm going to take this knife here and just cut the sign open. Well, that's already cut, so... Okay, that's cut, so now I can start opening the sign up. This is basically the same sign as... Like I said, it's basically the same sign as I have up there, but this one has battery backup compared to that one, which is just AC only. So we'll take it out of the packaging. Okay, so we have an extra sign here, the sign itself, and then nothing else, because this box is kind of empty now. Okay. So this is just extra components. You can actually now I have like 4 faceplates. Not going to be using these, so I'm just going to set them right here. Now getting onto this, I'll take the sign out. And here it is. As you can see, it does have a test button, unlike that one. So let's get to getting this on. We'll open this off camera. Okay, opening the sign up, we have the canopy, or wires. Let me take the canopy out first. This might be a little bit harder to do. So I'll take the wires out. I'm just going to take this stuff out off camera now. Okay, as you can see, this is what the thing looks like on the inside. It just gives a battery here. That's about it. I think it's just like a AA battery or something like that. I don't know, but have to connect this to this thing right here. Yeah, but this has 8 LEDs in total. I think I counted that right. No, actually it doesn't. It's got like what, 12 LEDs in total. 6 being green, 6 being red. I'm obviously going to be using the red sign because it came with red, and it's currently in red mode, so yeah, we're just going to use that. No, so I personally just think the appearance of a red sign looks way better than a green sign up here. No, nothing against green signs, I just like red a little bit more. Okay, the first thing we really have to do with this sign is unplug it. And since it doesn't have battery backup, it just turns off, see? Yeah, so just unplug it, and it should be safe to open it up from there. Okay, as you can see, just gonna set this here. As you can see, the only thing here to really do is unscrew these and then disconnect these wires, but that's about it. Yes, I did use tape to hold this 277 volt wire down, which I'm just going to take off now because I don't really need it. Anyways, let's get to unscrewing. Okay, we'll start with this screw right here, I think. Okay, here's our screw. Just gonna sit this right here. And then I think I'm gonna do a time lapse for this one because I don't really do time lapses. So let's try that. Okay, as you can see, like I said, the only difference between this sign and the other sign I just got is this one does not have a battery. This is not equipped with a battery. Now from here, it should be pretty easy to just unwire these nuts here and just take the sign right off. Oh god, I'm gonna do this off camera. Okay, as you can see, I got the sign off the wall, which is right. It was originally right there. So we're now gonna replace it with this sign. I heard something. I don't know what that was, but okay. But yeah, we're gonna replace it with this sign. Now, this sign can, like the other one, it can take 277 volts and 120 volts AC. And this is just the neutral line. So yeah, we're gonna replace it with this sign, and we're gonna do that in just a minute. I should mention when you're working on high voltage stuff like this, because like I said, this takes power 120 volts AC or 277 volts AC. When you're working with power like this, always make sure your devices are unplugged or your breaker is off or everything like that, because it's quite easy to accidentally shock yourself in these kind of situations when you're not handling this stuff with care. Just gonna sit this right there. But yeah, always make sure your stuff is unplugged before doing this kind of stuff, because it can be really dangerous if you do not have a GFCI protected outlet like this. As you can see, this is GFCI protected. So even if I did screw something up, that GFI would pop and I would be saved basically. So yeah, just make sure you're always doing that when working on projects like this. So as you can see right here, I've made my marks of where I'm going to cut out the knockouts. And I'm going to use this. Hopefully this will work for cutting out the knockouts. I'm going to do this off camera because with one hand this can be quite dangerous. Even with two hands, this can be dangerous. So I'm just going to use one hand. Alright, I'll be back in a second. Okay, new plan of action, because this stupid thing doesn't cut very well. As you can see, I mean, this barely cut anything. We're just going to use this. I'm just going to put a nail on the end of this and just drill in. So that's what I'm going to do. So hopefully this works better than that. God, I hope I don't break the sign. Okay, as you can see, I have drilled my holes right here and here, and then for the wires right here. But this is gonna go up on the box there, and once I get up on the box, we should be done besides putting the faceplate on. Yep, that's not going anywhere. Alright, now comes the part of wiring this thing together. So, my cord's down there. Focus camera. It's right there. But I'm gonna have to grab that and then wire these two wires together. Okay, so let's see if this works. I have wired the sign together and this together. So let's see if this works. Please don't pop the GFI. Hey, it works. Okay, good. So now I have to just organize a bunch of stuff at this point. So it's gonna tighten those wires together, put these lines right here, back here, hopefully, to prevent like shadowing and the diffuser. And yeah, then make sure to clean up this wire, and we should be good. Pop the faceplate on and connect the battery, and good. Whenever you are wiring this kind of stuff together, always make sure you cap the one wire you're not using, because this is now live and can start a fire if something happens. So if it connects to a circuit or something by accident or something like that, yeah, it will catch fire. So always make sure you cap this. So of course I'm going to tighten this down a little bit, but you always cap these. Okay, I've kind of cleaned the sign up. I know this is kind of hanging. I'm not sure what to do about all of this. I can't fix everything, but I'm going to go ahead and connect the battery. Come on. Come on. Okay, I should use this off camera. Okay, I've connected the battery here. Funnily enough, I don't know why this is, but when I plugged the battery in, these lights got a lot brighter. I don't know why that is, but that's kind of nice. So, makes it a little bit brighter. Still got to tape these down, which I'm actually going to do right now. Grab this blue masking tape. There we go. Now, I'm just going to stick this right here. And from there, we should be good to put the faceplate on. You know, these wires are nice here, nice and tight, and now I can just grab the faceplate, which is right here, pop it on, and be good. I'm gonna do this off camera because this is much harder to do than it's much harder than it looks. Okay, all done. So, as you can see, when I click the test button, it goes into emergency mode. And if I were to click that GFI there, then this would also go into emergency mode, and that emergency light back there would come on. That one right there. I was actually going to buy a combo for this, but unfortunately, I did not have the money for that, because it was $69 and this was $40. So, personally, I think you get a better deal with this. The back box is a little bit loose, so it kind of does wiggle around a little bit, but this is pretty good. So, what have we learned here today? Well, these signs are not hard to mount. They're pretty easy to mount and stuff. Wiring up, not too hard. Just, they give you 3 wire nuts in total, so you have an extra in case you lose something. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.